Okay, so last time I encountered one of my favorite heroes just for the simple fact of heroes, champions, paladins, whatever you want to call them, Lux or whatever, because he had the auto aim ability that makes up for my bad aim. But basically now we're in danger of potentially running out of some champions because new damage champion Omen. But basically what's going to end up happening is I'd have to buy something now, and I'm only going to be able to buy so many, right? And whatever we earn, so that'll be our excess. So we're relying on basically the free ones that they give us. And I guess I was almost taking that for granted. Everybody's going to be doing that, I guess, just because it's new, but in before the endless complaints about how busted he is, like people always say with new, so none of these are free, but this one I have, or no, this one is free. Betty La Bamba, I did really like the Bomb King, so hopefully she's kind of like that. Anybody who has a bunch of AoEs, but try to recap on last time, basically. I might be forced to move out of this category today if I don't go on a really good streak. Or I was getting really triggered last time about how, you know, they happen to go first and they get to 100%, so now you're on your heels and you only get 2 minutes to do the same thing. If the assumption was that we could get to 100% too, right, then that almost makes it unfair, just the fact that they happen to go first. Like, you might say, oh, well, we couldn't defend, so that way we get punished for it. That's fair. But what if they couldn't defend either? Like, we get to 86% in 2 minutes. They got to 100% in like 6 minutes. So, you know what I mean? Like, we both could have done it. It's just a contrived way to force an outcome, I guess. Yeah, we'll do the damage character first. He's dead. So try to recap. Like, what did I do? I played like maybe one game on her. I think I lost. I played some of them I played probably aren't even available. Tyra Banks was like episode 2. The point is, like, I would be able to go through all of them theoretically, but I'm not going to have enough resources to do it. So obviously it's free to play too. So whatever I unlock, I guess I was just not expecting that it might be over so soon. Just suddenly, if there's not enough to go through, we've lost pretty badly on some of these. Like, I won maybe one game with him, 1-0 with her, I think. I think I won like maybe 2 with him, maybe like 2 with that guy. These two I liked a lot, actually. This guy's got like the Torb aspect. Yeah, we really want to just get on a good streak. So we'll go with her and only her because we shouldn't need more than that. It almost should be like that. You know, like one champion per episode and you just go on like a 5-10 game win streak and that should be enough. 2200 health, Bomb Queen. Fires a grenade from your launcher that deals more damage and hits in a larger area if you hit them directly. Well, that's unfortunate. The whole point of an AoE like that is that it shouldn't be like that. 100% hit accuracy, but it won't be a direct hit. Cluster grenade, launch your grenade that creates additional explosion based on the number of enemies hit. You can spawn up to 6 additional explosives. Hail of bombs. Send out a magazine chock full of explosives that spray upward and outward and land randomly in a large area around where it deploys. So yeah, I mean, very much like why I like the Bomb King with a lot of different AoE abilities, which a lot of characters are like that anyway. Like some of them, Victor is like just a run and gun type that's not that fun, but like Victor and Tyra are maybe the 2 most boring ones. Even Lux isn't that exciting or interesting, just like I'm making fun of the fact that my aim is so bad by saying he's one of my favorites, but I like that little monkey guy too. I don't know what some of these are supposed to be. Like, yeah, what is he characterized as? I don't know. Talus. Bomb Queen. Okay, what is this? Send a magazine chock full of explosives. Jump forwards and upwards. Obviously, F is always like the mobility ability, if they even have one. So, like, some characters just don't even. Damaging and knocking back enemies caught behind and below you. You can use this ability up to 3 times before it goes on cooldown. Forward and upward. Damage and knock them back. Behind and below. And then the ults, which a lot of the time I've been forgetting that I even have, or like it doesn't always like jump out at you the way maybe in other games, or the fact that it's off to the side. So I just sometimes forget, or I try to save it for too long. Summon and control a large rocket that you can ride into enemies or send flying in the direction of your crosshairs by reactivating the ability. If you do it, you control a large rocket, ride it into them, or if you do it again, send flying in the direction of your crosshairs. I'm not sure which one I would rather do. Yeah, see, I'll only be able to unlock like 1 hero, so we could be very close to the end of the series already, the way I'm sensing it, if I go on another bad losing streak like we've been doing. Please let us go first so we can win by default in the 100%, you know, siege sort of thing. But obviously, it's a case where also, you know, if we don't get to 100%, then we have nothing to complain about. Thankfully, we've never had anybody steal stuff from us, basically. Like, we'd have to just quit out because I want to do it in order to the best of my ability here. The point of these series is they should last a lot longer than I've been doing. I guess this is only the second one that I'm doing, though. At least as an ongoing format, like Overwatch was the first one. Very good genre for it, and the main way that I would play these kind of games. Your grenade launcher, just basic, cluster grenade. Basically, you want to hit things directly or hit as many targets as you want, as if you wouldn't want to do that anyway. It rewards you for what you're trying to do regardless. Send out a magazine chock full of explosives that spray upward and outward. I mean, I guess I would have to try it to really know what the arc of it is. And then F is just a knockback mobility type of thing. You know, it's one thing to read it, but like when you're actually doing it, I'll have no idea. But she does seem like my style. Ray Drogoz is like the Pharah guy. I'll just keep comparing. Lex, or no, I keep calling him Lux for some reason. League of Legends reference. But yeah, his right click or whatever the ability was so amusing. Just how it kind of auto targets them. It's not even like I played that bad on him or the other guy, Talus, but just not good enough to win, I guess. And I'm getting kind of tired of the same game mode, but I just queue up for whatever is available. It feels like we get that a little bit too much. Capture the objective and push forward. Can't really choose anything there. Increase the radius is fine. Like, I don't know. I don't typically look at those too much. An item has been purchased for you. This can be disabled in the menu. Okay, so before I did something I'd never like to do, because on one hand, you're leaving them sort of high and dry, your team just quitting out. And also just for the integrity of the series, it's like, oh, I'm cheating because I'm quitting out of a game. But it hadn't started yet, so that's fair. I got interrupted like as soon as I was about to do my first one. So what character was that I was doing? It was the bomb chick, was just review her abilities, I guess, once more. There's just going to be a lot of AoE stuff, bombs. It almost does seem like my style of character. Summon a rocket, or you can use your crosshairs to send it flying in the direction of your crosshairs. That probably seems better, because if you ride it, you're probably vulnerable yourself. That's always the worst demerit when you use the alt, either like right when combat's over, like everybody's already been killed, or you use it and then you like die immediately, or like in the middle of using it. Yeah, that was kind of, you could say that, oh, that sort of invalidates the Gauntlet, but the only reason why it doesn't is because, again, the match hadn't started. If it was in the middle of it, I would have still played it out and just muted or just conceded the character, but of all the bullshit, stupid, you know, bad play reasons that I'm dealing with losing characters for, that certainly is what happened to the music, even as quiet as it is. For all the, you know, just playing badly is a good enough reason to lose a lot of these characters. I don't want to lose it for that reason, or like I DC. So the whole free character system here is very nice, not unlike, you know, what League does and some other games do. That's that skin we were seeing on the title screen. And then what else? Like Overwatch doesn't do that, but then again, Overwatch doesn't have necessarily that many characters that it would need to do that, but the whole point is you're trying to last long enough at least to unlock a lot more of them. So ideally, you should play as every single character in the game, but you won't be able to do that because, you know, it's just a case where, why does it sound so quiet? Music bugged out. You won't be able to do that unless you save up a ton of resources, or you could get lucky with the random rotation that they're doing every week. Yeah, let's try to make these last as if I haven't been no frontline. Yeah, see, it even tells you that, but it lets you do this because it's unranked. I don't know at what point you even unlock ranked, but I don't really care. But yeah, I always hope we go first, because whether we get to 100% or not doesn't matter. Like, I'll live with the outcome, but it seems stupid to be limited on time. Because the assumption is, okay, both teams suck, and they'll let the other one get through with 100% every time, 100% of the time, which does happen a lot. You won't be able to stop them because you're just both bad. So whoever goes first just wins by default. To sort of a fault of the format, but also the fault of the players, because we of course suck. I'm not denying that. We'll do that. I've never really looked at these in too much detail, and I say that every time. That's part of the hard mode. I have to auto purchase everything. And wait, this looks like a new map though. Or no, it's not. Is it the one that that we were playing on with the Genji guy? Where I was talking about Kale and stuff? No, it looks a little more fancy. Is it possible that I'm seeing a map that I haven't seen, or is this like added with the expansion or whatever new update, at least? Not expansion. So we'll be seeing the Omen guy a lot too, just because he happens to be new. Yeah, we have 6 shots on the left click, then the right click. You basically just have to hit them very directly, or hit as many of them as possible. Q, I didn't understand fully. F is like a mobility. I can't imagine riding the rocket would be that good of an idea, because yeah, no front line. I am the front line, because I'll just go in and phase tank like I always do. I don't know exactly how these maps work. I don't feel like we've even seen one at all. I don't know, some of these abilities are going to have friendly fire, and I'm going to end up killing my own people. Go underneath the thing here. You do pretty good amounts of damage, so I do light this. 21%. Oh, this is just like hold down the thing. As much as I complain about, you see, these make your aim look not quite as abysmal as what it really is. Let me try the other ability. That's just the one that explodes into a bunch of shit. Like, there's just so much shit going on that even visually these games can be very confusing and overwhelming. Like, it's just, I kind of like it. And especially these kind of AoEs are always very nice, but use the stairs, get a little bit of healing. But that's my biggest weakness of a lot of bad players. Like, I'm too lazy to turn around. So I just assume nobody's behind me, or I don't care if somebody's behind me. But see how comfortable this mode is? Yeah, we'll win this 100 out of 100. Why does it always have to be that stupid one of pushing the node? Or maybe that's why the map is different, just because I queue up for any mode that's available, and it's always that one where you're pushing the stupid payload, which I don't even dislike the mode, but you know, why does it, or it turns into that anyway. But fuck, I hear you like payload, so even when it's not payload, it turns into it. Okay, so we got to watch the ult, because I never really use that. See, at what point are you really meant to use the F? Like, you're supposed to go in there and just... Okay. It doesn't feel like my style of play that I want to go in. I want to stay as far away as possible and just play it safe. I mean, you'd have to be a better, more experienced player than me, or at least have more than one game under your belt. We got 1 out of 4 checkpoints here. And she's going all crazy with her scythe. Should be easy target. So Q, I keep kind of forgetting. You just kind of throw that down and it does its work. I don't know how, you know, it's when they get close to kind of push them back. You have to kind of be paying attention and looking at what's behind you and stuff to do that. So 1 out of 4, we have 3 minutes left. Or, no, a minute left. That's the elapsed time, 3 minutes. Whatever we're doing there should be good. Let's try to go behind and attack a little bit. But they'll clearly notice and react, unlike I ever do. And then as soon as they pay attention, just switch back to the other side. And we use the ult 1 time at least. Killing spree 3. They didn't seem to really do much to me. That's how you always got to use your ults. Whenever you get to a landlocked standstill moment, you just use the ult to push forward finally, or use them somehow collectively to do that. Okay. They wanted revenge for that nasty ult. My ults generally have been pretty bad, actually, but mainly because I don't know what they do. It's not like I practice these characters either, but that's part of the fun of the challenge. I wouldn't say that's a rule that I'm not allowed to do a practice game, but just for the sake of the whatever, just the smoothness of the series, that shouldn't really be a factor. That's the kind of kill I like. Just even single target for whatever it's worth. It's okay. Yeah, we only pushed 1. And so it's quite possible we'll lose, but at least it's a different mode, kind of. It still devolves into pushing the payload, but now we'll just lose without them even getting a chance. But 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4. So now we have to just stop them, but I'm never going to complain that, oh, my team is bad, that's why we're losing, because on one hand, you'll get carried sometimes. But it does feel a little bit like, you know, just... Now, we shouldn't get destroyed this part along the line is the point. These 2 of these people have their ult saved up. They're like me. They keep thinking like, oh, I'm too scared to use it because I'll fuck it up. Or I'll end up dying in the middle of it. But then they end up not using it at all. You may as well just spam it. You almost seem to get them a little bit too fast in this game. Or like mine's already at 53% and I just used it almost towards the end of that. Or it's just because I'm so good in landing my hits and stuff. Like obviously as my favorite way to get it is like as a tank in Overwatch and stuff. You get it by simply getting hit. Like, oh, that's my specialty. Like you're doing your role basically, but double kill, that's good. You gotta learn the arc of these. Just basically do all your abilities in their general direction. I like the stuff that sort of bounces off things too. 4% reduced healing. Where's he at? Yeah, and then they'll respawn at different times and come at you at different times. They don't have that sense of camaraderie or whatever. They're kind of scared now, so this one we're doing a lot better. And we have our ult almost coming, so we can use this to really run away with it. You know, just the AoE nature of this, we got to redeem Bomb King. But this is where F could be good, just whatever, it'll throw them off. I have a real aversion to using certain abilities, unless I know exactly what I'm doing with it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's obviously somebody's ult, but it didn't do a whole lot to us. Yeah, the stupid turtle is gonna solo us somehow. Okay, 2 out of 4, everything's good. We have the ult ready if we're going to really... I don't know how I'm expected to hit that. We could use the rocket like maybe now, or some of these people just feel like they're not using their ults at all. They're not supposed to be bots at this point. They just play like bots, I guess. Why are you just standing there letting me do that? And then I still die. What is this little animation or picture I get on the side? Okay, 151. I'll just try to use the ult. 704 elapsed. I don't fully know even how these formats work, but I mean, it's usually pretty similar in most of these games. Or sometimes I can't figure out how to get back on the mount. It's supposed to just be like how you sprint, but very hard to get a direct hit with that. You almost want to hit the ground instead. I'm just kind of going all balls to the wall, distracting them. Yeah, going behind is such a big weakness because I don't remember ever seeing those things before. Going behind them is their weakness because everybody's too lazy like me to even look behind or worry about it. You know, I've wasted so much time where I should have just used my ult. It would have been already like up to 50% by now. Fuck's sake. Did that kill anybody or I somehow botched it, but I still didn't die or anything. I don't know what that was. The first ult was much better. 10 double kills, double kill bronze. Where that does actually show up. Sometimes those won't. Like a Steam achievement. I hate how it's so hard to turn those off, or I guess I just never do. Sometimes they can be really obnoxious, break your immersion in the story moment, or they can even spoil stuff like, you didn't know, okay, what happened, dude? We were doing fine for a while, and then we just fall apart. Orvis, I always think of Anthem now when I hear that. I can't remember what Tassin's title was. It was like the 3 most least badass titles ever. Yeah, see, I'm already up to 41% with this shit. What happens in the middle of these games? We just completely lose it. Okay, dude. It was still 2 out of 4, 2 out of 4. So what is it? First to 4, but we'll get there at the same time. I have played this mode before, but I can't remember exactly. We're obviously not pushing at all. We want to get to some sort of overtime tie-break scenario, which is always the exception in a properly designed game. Wink, wink. Unlike chess, where the majority of games end in draws. I do like this character, and I'd love to go on a streak, but I can't figure out. So what exactly happened with the rocket? Like, it kind of blew up on its own, and so it didn't do quite as much, but it still seemed to be... I kind of like the idea of riding it. It's the same... You know, it's just more satisfying, regardless whether it's better or not. Yeah, you are going to make yourself an easy target. In fact, the first time I was shocked how little they seemed to focus on me as I was doing it. Let's do this stuff. This is actually a pretty favorable thing when you're on a fixed spot because it basically puts you in a position where, you know, you're AoEing in that general direction, so it doesn't matter. Just do your abilities here and it's fine. It doesn't... You don't have to be accurate with it. It gives you like a fixed point to do it on. Like, it would be a perfect spot to do your ult and stuff. That's always what they're sort of designed to do in a way. Right, because you're kind of forcing them into one spot just naturally by the nature of the game. Or the mode. Okay. At least they're making some effort to heal us, but try to push a little bit, which has been very difficult to do. You gotta sometimes just do like peeling damage, like where you're not really trying to kill them, although at this low level of play, you kind of are trying to kill them. It's just more a case where, you know, you peel them back, you stop them from being able to push you back, stuff like that. Now, what if I ride the rocket behind and then do it here? Go kill at least not one guy, or maybe I didn't even. This is where you use the F a bit, which I really have underutilized. Like, okay, dude, it's my first time playing the character, but still, I should at least be willing to try it. I just feel like there's got to be some perfect use of it, which that is really good just to get mobility in the air and stuff. Get a good vantage point to drop this shit on them from. Okay, dude. We're at 3 out of 4, 2 minutes left. Not really getting any good damage through anymore. I don't know. Yeah, we didn't even have like any frontline stuff, so you can have these weird comps. It can be kind of fun, don't get me wrong. It's just weird, like, okay, push it, push it, push it. We'll get maybe one more ult before this is over. Destroy his stupid turrets. Those act as extra targets for the right click thing too. Go aggro, go full aggro. Go back for some heals. And this turtle guy is actually pretty annoying though. You always notice the enemy tank more than anything. Nobody has like the killer instinct to finish them off. Like everybody always gets them low. Or like I'll always get somebody low and then I won't be able to do anything with it. 60, 3 out of 4. That should have been the final push. We'll go in and just do a crazy ult unexpectedly. Or like, how long does the rocket last? Could I use it from here and it'll go all the way to them and then I can still blow it up? I doubt it, but this game is very good though. Like there's so many games like this and I went in almost a little bit jaded just to say, you know, it's not against the game. It's just when a genre becomes oversaturated, like, oh, it's just another one of those kind of games. That's good. It still doesn't kill them though. That's the thing. And they won't kill them. You can be sure of that. Our team will absolutely not kill anybody ever. Like just, even though they're not doing that bad, it's just 27 eliminations, 11 deaths. Like I don't even care about the deaths as much, but it is almost just a kind of fast-paced thing where you'd rather get 2 or 3 kills and die than trying to play it too safe. Push failed, but we're both 3 out of 4. So what ends up happening? Like we have to at least get 1 successful push. We're both at 3 out of 4. So what is the thing? We just have to push it all the way like 1 time. 27. I don't know what that third person's red like icon and stuff means. Does that mean they DC'd? That's why we're losing? Yeah, I haven't worried about the item path, so I could say that's an additional hard mode aspect. I'm not allowed to buy stuff manually. Not that I would want to do that anyway. That's one of my least favorite parts of League. Like, regardless mechanically and this and that, nobody wants to mess with that, and everybody ends up doing it the same way, even at the low level anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's like openings in chests. Like, it's just a solved science, so why even bother? You want to experiment, you want to do a fun sort of thing, doesn't matter. You'll get destroyed. You can't experiment, you can't do anything, you just have to do it. So that thing doesn't go like as far as maybe I'm giving it credit for doing. Yeah, friendly fire was a big mechanic. I'd definitely be hurting my team with that. Now we can't even get into the zone. Whatever, like I certainly can't complain about the outcome, but so the ult hasn't been killing people as much. The first time I think it did, but it's been basically just getting them low and then they always survive because nobody has like that killer instinct to just try to go for the kill at times. Like I'm kind of laid back like that too, but I mean, come on. You got to use like your ults together or something crazy. Kind of making myself an easier target by doing that too, but That bomb is pretty good when you get all these together like that, so that would almost still be worth it, but overtime, so they are gonna win. That's okay. There's something missing. Like, we didn't do super bad. Fuck. And that is kind of a different game mode, at least. So at least that one, there's nothing to complain about as far as like, oh, you lose time and stuff. We had plenty of opportunities. I totally would have won the other game if I didn't quit out of it. That, you know, before it even started. New talent unlocked. We won't be able to use that. So I did like her as a character generally. So yeah, how do you even see that? Like, when do you get to do Omens of Death? Unleash the Tail that was foretold as Omen. Ranked. Level 15 or higher. Like, I'll fail the challenge before I even get to the point where I can do that. That should almost reset my lives, but that would be kind of too unfair, right? Like, but in a way it should, though, because that's just my way to try to pad it. But no, I should have to continue there and just... Now we're done with this page. So how did we get to 3, though? Is that just because I played the first game, but I quit out, so it's still giving me credit for quitting? So we lost as last time, so they kept her as a free one again, because like hardly any of these I actually have. I guess you start with him, you start with that guy. V or 7, I don't know what it's supposed to be, like VII or 7. Right hand of the tribunal, 1900. Lovely, because we're clearly not just getting dropped in a few seconds anyway. Like, sometimes we'll just step out in the open and we're just dead, instantly dead. Heavy SMG, like, obviously you're supposed to flank and go to some crazy position, you know, up above and stuff, but 377, target up to 5 enemies, fearing them and dealing damage. I mean, there are only 5 enemies, but it would probably be within a limited range. Grappling hook, that is very fun. Grapple to walls and stick to them for up to 5 seconds, becoming stealth for the duration. I don't know exactly how stealth is going to work. Dodge in up to 4 different directions while leaving behind an explosive trap for your enemy. In 4 different directions. Swap between the 3 fire modes on activation, starting on burst mode. Swap between 3 fire modes. Okay, so that's just not even an attack. Switch between burst, mag dump, SMG, automatic types. But that's not really switching. Right trigger is switching. That should just be shooting it. I don't know why it says it there. Okay, whatever. We'll do him. Yeah, that totally should give you another life, though. I was almost saying that in Overwatch, like, if we get to that point. But it wouldn't even matter, because I won't be able to afford them, so I won't be able to play as them. Even if I did get another life, right, it would have to be somebody you start with. That's not really fair, though. Fuck. Yeah, this has gone really badly, too. I was trying to redeem my Overwatch failures, but... It's not like I have to be perfect, but I have to be a little better, maybe. Just to carry everybody, because they all suck and I'm obviously amazing, because we're all unranked anyway, so it's not like the expectation is that high. Burst mode, fire off 6 accurate 150 damage shots every 0.65, maximum range of 200, fully effective up to 110, maximum ammo count of 40. Mag dump, unload your entire magazine, dealing 450 for every 10 bullets fired. Mag dump has the maximum range 100 units, fully effective up to 10. Automatic, so basically the first one is long range, the second one is short range, the third one is like mid range. Fire off your automatic SMG, dealing 200 every 0.0175. Has a maximum range of 150 units, fully effective up to 95. So dodge up to 30 units, Q. So that's a little bit confusing because he has like more mobility. You would normally expect that to be F too, but just the fact that you have the grapple hook is very cool. They copied Cho'Gall on Iago Roth. We got this Lex guy, rub it in my face. That would have been one of the best. Yeah, so let's see if it's going to be the V diff, 7 diff between, you know, when it's a mirror matchup like that. Tribunal upgrades reduce the cooldown of grappling hook by 1 second, increase your movement speed, increase your maximum health. That's kind of necessary because, you know, oh, what a boon. Like, we don't have 2200 on everybody else. Or maybe they all have an ability that gives us the health like that. This guy's gun looks awesome, too. Enemies behind us, I'm the greatest. the whole point of this format, maybe it's, you know, it's hard to remember or keep track of, is that you're trying to go on this thing called a win streak. Maybe it hasn't displayed what such a thing looks like, because the most games I've won is like maybe 2 or 3 in a row with anybody. We got to go on like a 20-game win streak with like at least 1 or 2 champion, and it might not seem like, oh, you know, that's unrealistic, but I'm not saying with every single one, just like 1 or 2 of them, that at least makes the whole thing memorable. Or, I mean, sure, if you can do it with all of them, more power to you, but... We'll just test it out like this. Not really my type of character, you can already tell. I don't like that gun. Mag dump is a little bit too wild. Q is going to be like, you do a thing and then you leave a bomb behind. What the hell is going on with this, dude? I can't tell how this guy's guns work. These all kind of suck. Nobody's gonna heal us. Nobody's doing anything. Not that I deserve heals, because I'm a low priority target for that. I should be a low priority target for both, right? For damage and for... Do the grapple hook, get away. I mean, the mobility in these games is sometimes the most fun part, too. I hate this, man. All 3 of his shots I don't like. I thought one of them would be more like a normal thing. Okay. Let me test them out again, but they're very kind of clunky. They have such insane amounts of recoil. This isn't the kind of game where you expect that to be an issue. Just click on their head, as they say, which is unironically was a, you know, accurate sort of absolutist take, despite people's incessant complaining. Like, oh, how is Mercy OP if everybody gets to use them? Am I right? Just you have one too. Okay, I don't know what to do besides this, though, because you can get, obviously, the grapple hook in some crazy spot. Fuck. And just get... Sometimes you just die a little bit too quickly, unless he's using an ult. Like, how do you lose 1900 2k health? Makes it sound like a lot, but that quickly is insane. Not like I expect to have a pocket healer until I become a tank is more suited to me, because I'm more the face tanking type anyway, but this guy is very cool. Yeah, that one's trash, although maybe it's more my style too. Now you go all in stealth mode and stuff too. But then you don't necessarily have to stay there either. So Q is going to be whatever. Leave the bombs behind. I don't know what's going on. Or I should take advantage of the stealthing a little more. I was like 27 and 11 on the other one, so you clearly... Either you have to give me credit for that was like at least okay. Not that that's even good, but this is going to be worse because it's not really my style of character. And of the 3, imagine that. Of the 3 different shots that you have to choose from, they all kind of don't suit me. What is this clown doing, man? Wrecking Ball, wannabe trash. This is why I need like the Bastion. That's why I like Bastion, not because he had the turret, but because he could heal himself, run and gun type. I wouldn't even use the turret that much, except in obviously strategic points, but yeah, I wasn't as much of a degenerate. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Yeah, show it then, dude. What is going on? Like, I almost killed him myself. I hate that. Nobody, like, focus fires or does anything. This doesn't matter. It's kind of discouraging. Or I don't even know what I did. You can target up to 5 things, but I just did it instantly. Whatever, dude. Let's just speed run through this. This is not a permadeath gauntlet. It's a speed run. So discouraging. Like, why can't you just get like one? Like, last one was pretty even. You should have been able to still do that. Defense successful. Or like we can still do it that way, but you know, like the way that we just lost the last one. So it's always whoever's on the one side that always has an objective advantage, which almost does seem to be true, but that can be true in a lot of these games. You guys spamming his little emo. So I mean, the grappling hook has a lot of meta you can do with it to try to survive, but I don't really understand. The mag dump is trash. Automatic. I can't believe there's not one that just feels more natural. This guy has more recoil than all the guns in CSGO combined. And he wants you to know it with all his 3 different types that have varying degrees of it. This is the character Shroud should play if he plays this game. Master the recoil on that shit. I just feel kind of out of place. Like I don't know. You can still get away, but I don't feel comfortable with this guy. Go behind and then go away. I mean, this is how you're supposed to play them, but you're not necessarily going to be able to do that because you're me in this case. 36%, 21%. So collectively, they just have to get 4. So even if each round they get like 1, it's fine. Right, we managed to lose the same way last time. This does a decent amount of damage too. It's just kind of clunky. Yeah, I should be totally trying to go behind, but I'll waste the whole time just doing that anyway. And of course, these games don't let you sprint. Somehow, like, it'll be like a character's special ability to be able to do that if you can. I'll alert them to my presence because of how slow I am with that. There's everybody's favorite. One of the clown abilities that's like, remove the need to have to aim in a shooter game with a character that uses a gun at that. It's one thing if you're using like a melee character like a Reinhardt or something that sort of mixes up the whole genre, but don't let them get a second point, right? That's all we have to do. You just kind of stand there and take it at times, which is nice, but double kill. Fuck, I was supposed to be in stealth as soon as I do it. Like, how would he have ever known where I'm going? Damn it. So trash. 126. You just have to stop them from getting to the objective, but nobody. She's the AFK. We're getting actually trolled, dude. Is that going to change the whole tide of battle? I somehow doubt it, but King of the Sandcastle moment. Like, oh wow, look how good I am playing it unranked and still getting my ass beat. How are you so tanky, dude? You're supposed to be like a mercy type shit. What's going on? Okay, dude. Defense failed. Okay. They got 3 out of 4. And now you have to at least match them point for point here. It's obviously my fault because the common denominator in all these teams is I'm on it. But somehow it doesn't always feel like that. Or it shouldn't be so lopsided anyway. Why do these people never use their ults? That's kind of what people would ask about me. Just like, I always have it saved because I'm afraid to use it, or, you know, like we could have won that round if they both just popped it. We're totally still somehow playing with bots, but you can kind of tell by their usernames. Jess Chess. He's as obsessed with chess as me. Fuck. Use your little 1200 elo strategizing brain. This guy just clowns us every goddamn time. Every time, that guy. We basically would have to win out in the capture point, but, you know, the roles are going to be messed up, and then kind of the way people play is more like they want to go all commando and solo, which I can certainly see the appeal of that, but at least, you know, secure the objective and then go out on your own and mess it up. Where did he go? Yeah, I should be able to 1v1 this guy, but of course I can't do that. Look at him sliding around. Okay, walk into the fire. 31%, 6%. He's got to match them, but we're not able to do that. It does feel like you die maybe. Not that that doesn't happen in Overwatch and stuff, but you can die really fast. I mean, obviously with a character like this, you're meant to use these sort of abilities. And, like, the stealth doesn't help once they already know where you're going. You have to kind of somehow do it outside of their line of vision. Like, go behind cover and then do it onto somewhere else. Alright. Overtime, we might still have theoretically a chance to do it, but Whoever this tank is really annoying, or at least I assume it's the tank, the fire guy. Okay. So we might have to go outside of that category now. Which even, I mean, flank is considered DPS. But that's kind of disappointing. I will take blame for a lot of these because you should be able to do enough at least to push it over a little bit. Or maybe it'll be easier in ranked because people will actually be better overall. Or like they'll actually play more as a team and stuff. So Azan, you finally get to play as a tank, so at least then it's more like, you know, I won't die so quickly. So you'll at least be able to see what's going on a bit. 4250. Judgment, throw hammers in an attack chain. Dealing 525, 525, 630. Dealing and taking damage increases your ire, which can augment your abilities and provides passive benefits. Dealing and taking damage. Wow, so things that I totally wouldn't be doing otherwise. I'm glad it told me that. Dealing 525, 525, 630. And then Reckoning, send out projectile that explodes in an area. Enemies hit take 300 damage and are lifted. Using above iron threshold reduces the cooldown. Sends out a projectile that explodes in an area. That's the right click. Create a series of deployable wall segments, each with 2500 health. Using the sanctuary above iron threshold increases the health of the segments. Now I have to figure out what exactly this threshold thing is. And then conviction, dash forward, carrying an enemy with you. F, okay. Deals damage and stuns them on hitting a wall, kind of like Reinhardt's thing, which I was never that good at aiming, actually. I love the way that Tiberius's prone little shuriken worked compared to Genji's. It was a lot more intuitive. Or like the hitbox is just a lot more generous, I guess. Deals damage and stuns while hitting above the threshold. It is used faster. Deliverance, rise up and throw your hammer, dealing damage and knockback before teleporting to the impact, dealing more damage and knockback. You'll do it. You have to aim where it goes and then you teleport there after X amount of time. It doesn't tell you that much. This is just normal. This is an AoE. And then Q is going to be your defense ability and F is going to be your knockback. There's nobody else I even can play it, right? Well, you already failed with... That's from like the first episode, or it carried over into the second. This was obviously from today. This was like from last time. This was from the second episode. This was from last episode, third episode. That I think is where we left off last time. So, you know, at least her I didn't like that much. Maeve makes me think of Maev. They copied some Blizzard game, one of the many that copied countless other things. This guy I didn't like too much, although I like the way his animations and stuff look. Yeah, let's just try to make this guy last, I guess. Now, at least they can blame me more if we lose. But, like, as a DPS, you're just getting, you know, 2-to-1 KD ratio, whatever, elimination death ratio. You can't really blame them too much. I don't think I played bad, honestly, in either of those, really. Although that guy was not really my style. Imagine having 3 different shots, but none of them feel, like, really intuitive, or they all have too much recoil. Okay. I mean, all I would be able to do is probably the rest of the free... No, I guess I could do just any of them now. Because... Well, whatever. It doesn't matter, because this guy's going to last. I just have to pay attention and make sure that... Or yeah, we'll win every game now, because nobody ever chooses a frontline hero anyway. Right? Like, you can't complain, oh, the tank is bad, because we didn't even have a tank in some of these games. And it even warns you, but it still lets you do it. Passive ire. Taking dealing damage increases your ire. So I have to see, like... Gonna be like a rage bar or something up there. You just do left click whenever you want. Do right click whenever you want. Obviously, everything above the threshold is good, but... I don't know, like... It doesn't consume ire when you do it. So wouldn't you always be above the threshold once you get there? Like... Q is gonna be the most important ability just to play like an actual tank. You have to keep moving those up, move up the chains, as they say. Or, you know, it can be so confusing, too, as, like, seeing the different skins. Right? Because you barely know who these people are at first anyway. Everybody's using that skin for that chick. Steris. Do they even have a... Okay, persistence, 30%. Persistence tampering. Reduce the damage you take or something is good. Looks pretty cool even in this base skin. Okay, E is going to be you throw it and you teleport to it. F is going to be you ram them into the wall like Reinhardt style. Q is going to be the shield. Right click is the explosion, AoE. Left click is just your spammable thing, which does in like a series of 3. The one thing I never like to do that people always say you should do is like hold down the left click, but somehow I like to, I don't know, make it feel more interactive, but also just, especially with characters that have like slower shots, you might shoot one and then the one in the middle will miss them, and then by the time you mouse over the next one, right, it'll still be not reloading, but kind of recovering from the last shot. So here we should just go balls to the wall face tank style and hope that they can heal me adequately. We'll put down the Q. And we're taking a lot of damage here. Do the right click AoE explosion thing. I don't know if I've hit like with a single one of these. 567 there. Do the Q whenever it's up. I'm not really worried about the ire threshold, but the heals are maybe, okay, they're maybe dead actually. Why are we seeing like so many different maps and stuff today? It's a good thing, but that's weird. We kept seeing the same sort of stuff over and over. It's not like it should matter what level you are and stuff for that purpose. Wait for the tank to get back in. I'll put down the stupid shield thing. Or I put it on the bottom. Okay, that was kind of a mistake. You can just go 100 to 0 so fast, or 0 to 100, because objective lost. Okay, it's not a big deal. Just 1 point down. Do the Q. You even get to trap him in there, and then I should do the F there, but we still miss on that little fucking wooden ledge. I mean, I don't feel very confident going in too forward. It is pretty hard to hit with this thing. I see, like here, holding it down wouldn't make the most amount of sense. What happened? Why did it go away so fast? Did I somehow cancel it myself? How is this guy so hard to kill? You do the Q. I might have somehow done it. Cancel. That's kind of what makes sense with that F too, is like you do the thing behind them and then they... You do the thing behind them and then they basically get to get knocked into that as well, but I haven't seen that really play out super well. What is going on even? We pushed this far, but now they're just... What's happening? Oh, we're pushing somehow this way instead. Or like one state, capture the objective or whatever. This guy is a glutton for punishment because he just gives me a free use of that there. Not always the best idea. There's not much I can do there, or did I just accidentally use my ult before I die? That's why I'm always nervous about doing it. Sometimes they can save you that way, but 1 out of 4 with 40 seconds left, but now they're without their tank, so what chance do they have? Fuck. I feel like everybody just plays in such a, you know, face roll sort of way that just having some sort of presence of roll, says me, some sort of presence of rolls makes it better. Die to an environmental hazard. We should still be fine without that even. There's no way they'll get it in 20 seconds, so it'll be still 1 point. They'll fail to push it all the way, so we still get a point even for this. The new map, like I said, I haven't seen this map. We even have the ult going into like round 2. Could have finished that guy off. I don't know if you can hit multiple guys together like with that. Okay, defense successful. 6 eliminations, 4 deaths. But see, the deaths are almost not even on me, because yeah, sure, you can't rely on the healer 100%, but they weren't doing too bad, I don't think either, but you should get off to a strong start and just use the ult. So you got to throw the hammer like right in the middle. But I do like the idea of using the wall like behind them. Like they're coming in to hit you, you do it behind them so they can't run away, and then you even run them into it, which I don't know if that works or not, but I was trying to do it a couple times. right? Even where no wall exists, that's a perfect synergy. Just give you something to run them into. And that guy, again, is like practically begging for that to happen. He hooks me in so I can just run into him so easily. But I guess he doesn't mind it. Probably the worst character to do that, too. Go ahead, do the Q, do that. So what other things am I trying to look for here? Okay, I can't really deal when they're this close up. Or maybe that's what I should do, knock him into some boxes. Or now I'm going to be so scared of dying that I'm not going to really use my ult either. I just don't trust it, but I probably should have done it too. We still have it, but I better do it because you're wasting time that you would be getting it back. What is that? Somebody hit me from over there, thereby dismounting me, thereby I can't do anything. You gotta throw this like in the middle somewhere. Okay, that didn't do jack shit. Fuck. Objective lost, fine. 2 out of 4. We can still do the same thing, just defend it now. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you could get back in your mount randomly. Like, get on and off it whenever you want. Or at least, like, before you're in combat. But I guess if you get hit this early, then it fucks you up. How come we're not being able to push him into the wall? I don't get it. Do the right quick AoE thing. Do that. Do the Q. Almost seems like when we hit it, it damages it too somehow. You can still defend this out all the way. Or like your desire to be up on these spots is always wrong, obviously. You shouldn't play like that as this guy. Where is everybody? That frog learned his lesson. He's no longer pulling me as much. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his base shot, but it's only fair, I guess, that a tank would have to deal with that, but not every tank is like that, really. Can't seem to really get that to happen much for me. It's like right in our fucking face and we still can't do anything about it. Okay, we at least did something there. 48 seconds left. We're still gonna lose though. Jesus Christ, man. Wall 522 uncanny. Okay, so will they just win on the spot then, or do they just get another point? Do we still have a chance to do it, but even in slow-mo, I'm gonna have trouble hitting them. And that, like, whenever it's in those slow-mo modes, it still counts towards your stats, so that's kind of almost cheating, but... Okay, we'll have the ult up again, which I didn't use very well. We gotta do, like, the first part a little better. Like, where you just go in there and... Why are people always sitting on their ults? It's not like they use them super strategically and cause us to win the next round. Clearly, all of these must always be my fault. When I'm doing a DPS character, when I'm doing a tank, like... At least as a tank, you have a bigger responsibility, but nobody seems to really care at this point either. Because everybody is, like, you know, sometimes there won't even be one. There won't even be a healer sometimes, so then you're just screwed. Sometimes it feels like that because people just don't like to heal, but I shouldn't go up on the top. I should go here and then... I don't even know about the IR threshold, too. I totally forgot about that as a mechanic. Okay, I went out a little bit too much, but... Okay. 10 eliminations, 8 deaths, solo kills, best streak. For saying now my internet is questionable. No, that's just me being bad. Don't blame the internet. Still didn't matter, doesn't do anything, just forget about it. Okay, we're doing a speed run. Let's just get this game over with. Then I guess I can't get on a single streak. That's so stupid. It shouldn't feel like this one-sided at least. Like, why are we getting clowned every game? You have to be like very close to the wall, I guess, for that to even make sense. Okay, that one I'll take more blame because again, it's a higher responsibility role, and it's also I didn't play too good. Tempering, okay. You could try this guy, Barrick. Why does he have a 2 next to him? Damn, there still are a lot left, so if they keep letting us choose, or if they keep giving us free ones, they could drag the series out, but we basically already failed. For all intents and purposes, like, this has been a disastrous thing. Like, what would our average streak be with each of these? Like 1.5, maybe not even. A short-range blunderbuss that deals 500 every 1 second. Create a barricade with 4,000 to protect allies and yourself from harm. But, like, is it stationary, or do I get to hold it, or... Deploy a turret, hits nearby enemies, so this is almost combining, like, you know, or turning Torb into a tank. Activate your rocket boots, charging you forward with great speed. Hunker down and deploy a powerful dome shield that has 10,000 health and a flamethrower turret that deals 600 every 1 second. So this would be a good character for me too, because a lot of the stuff that's happening is automatic, right? Just let your turrets do more damage than you do. Who was that on Overwatch where that was sometimes happening? Like Symmetra, right? The turret would be doing more damage than you, but you still get credit for it. A short range thing, 500 every second. The right click is the shield. Q is the turret. F is obviously the mobility, as to be expected. Okay, it almost gives you an incentive to play the ones that are, you know, free this particular week. Or who is even next? Did I even look at it? Or yeah, obviously that guy. Barrick. Good pun. He's like a barracks. Yeah, it's stupid. They call them champions even though the game is called Paladin. Shouldn't they be called Paladins? Oh yeah, I was memeing on Anthem's titles too. Like, yeah, the freelancer, like the gig doctor from Fiverr. Then the monitor, like a hall monitor from middle school or something, blowing their little whistle, acting like they have authority or on a power trip. And then whatever Tassin's nickname was, which I forget, which was very underwhelming too, or it just sounds like too weird. So I'm surprised we're not seeing more of this Echo guy or whatever the new guy is. Whoops. Why does it do that? Oh man. Echo, that was one of the first new characters in Overwatch, right? Or it might have been actually the first. Then they eventually add Brigitte. Sometimes the incentive to add a new character is like, they won't just be like something that feels like the rest of the characters. It'll feel like way wild and out there. Like completely just, you know, game changing. It creates a new role. It does all kind of stuff. Does that mean like she's banned from, or just the other people have chosen them? Yes, of course. Choose one that I don't even have in the first place. Yeah, just shoot the thing. Shoots pellets 500 per 1 second. Has maximum ammo count of 6. Is fully effective up to 40 units. Kind of discourages spraying as well and just holding the left click down, like people would say. You know, typically on tanks, like the last guy, your shots are so slow that you can't really do it like that. Play a turret, so just always do Q. 1,000 health and last until they're destroyed or you die. Maximum of 2 can be deployed at once. So when you do your ult, it'll override it. Deploying it third destroys the oldest turret. So just always keep 2 Qs up. F I probably won't use that much. Not make a selection. So what happens? You have to do a 4v5, or maybe it'll be in our favor, or it'll redo the whole thing. Fuck. Well, one guy ruins it for everybody. I went on at least a couple of streaks. I think today I've been sort of just blanked. I can't do anything. Or now we have 2 tanks. but that's fine. Like, we clearly need it because everybody sucks so bad. I think the proper setup you're actually supposed to have is 2 healers, 2 DPS, and 1 tank, or like 2, because we were seeing that a lot. Or no, it's probably just 2 DPS, 1 flank, and 1 heal, 1 tank. I do like the flank role being separated from DPS, but it almost doesn't feel necessary as much. Like, you know, you could put them in and people would sort of understand, okay, this guy's better for flanking purposes, whatever, a certain style of play, but he's still a damaged character, basically. Like, that's how Overwatch is. Like, obviously, some of them are going to be played like that regardless. Now make a selection. What's going on? Hopefully it's on the enemy team when we get carried to an easy win. What is this? Or like people are mad that there's 2 tanks or something, so they're trying to ghost the whole match. Somebody's gonna take mine just to troll me. Doesn't really matter. You can have like 5 tanks and just deal with it. Which is, that would be kind of fun too, like unconventional lineups like that. It's just, you got the 7 guy, who I really didn't like his 3 different shots. They each have varying degrees of recoil, but they all have too much for this genre of game, by which I mean just a little bit, any amount of recoil. So please, the last person, just choose a healer, but you won't. So we'll have 2 tanks and 3 DPS. So we're just screwed. And see, I'm not going to adjust it like that either, because I'm trying to go in order, but the best of my ability. No support. Boost. Yeah, we get to level 15, we should totally get a chance to reset and revive everybody, but as a true paladin would. No lay on hands, no bubble, no resurrection. What kind of paladin is this? Literally no healer. What a great idea. Like, what do you expect is gonna happen here, dude? Or wait, they don't, or no, they do have one. It's not my fault either, because like I just go in and just, I guess I could switch out and have like a backup, so I'd still be playing a healer for the same format. It's just to make the team actually work, but that should be part of the challenge too. It's this guy's fault because I totally chose mine first too. We're gonna get clowned so hard because your shield is gonna matter so much. Equip a 600 health shield after activating rocket boots. Yeah, who needs rocket boots when you could just use your horse in the middle of combat? But somehow, you know, that's just not an idea they ever thought about. Like, no, there'll be one character that actually lets you do that. Payload spawning. Okay, so left click is just your regular shot. We should try to spawn camp, as these games encourage you to do. So the right click is going to just be whatever. You can just do it. Then the Q, you can put down the turrets. Just try to spawn trap them real hardcore. Put it there. Put it there. You can have 2 of them at once at least, so. He goes behind enemy lines and nobody does anything about it. So do the Q, do the right click. So we have actually no heal, so you couldn't really expect anything to happen there, right? Like, I can't complain the heals aren't good. They're just non-existent. You can barely tell the difference, but I haven't played a tank really at all, so I can't really even say that. Actually, in some of the DPS games too, it's not been that bad. You just have to stop them from getting to 100%, or they get this very unfair advantage where you only get 2 minutes. Like, you can try to rationalize it, but you can just see how from the other perspective, like, okay, I want to go first then. How about that? Let me go first, and then we'll figure it out. He goes right through the fucking shield and doesn't give a shit. So that's very fun. Turrets won't even stay alive. Nothing's gonna happen. Nobody's even here. Like, we could do this too if we had 6 minutes, but we won't be able to do it in 2. You could get a good point here where you're able to stop them for a long period of time, but it is pretty hard to do this. The Q is there. You can have 2 turrets up at once, but the whole thing is kind of pointless, and I'm kind of getting sick of seeing this guy every goddamn time. Like, where is everybody? But I guess it doesn't matter because we don't have a healer, so that could be part of the reason why some of these matchups are bullshit, but you know, that's really nobody's fault. That can happen on either side, like where we just refuse to have a healer. Even just one. We can try to hold it down here. We do have the shield. Or I guess they're further along. Anyway. Okay, dude. This guy's shot I don't even mind too much. It's just try to get in a good spot here and just do this. But that one guy just comes rolling right through it and it just doesn't even matter. Do the Q again. The E is going to come up at some point here. We just haven't done too well. So see, that guy's really low and we're not going to ever be able to kill it, or you have to do it yourself, man. So annoying how nobody has any awareness of that. Like, I'm a bad player too, but how can it be so bad like that? What is this shit, dude? Come on, finish him off, finish him off. The 1 HP trend is very triggering to me. They get to 74%. Now we can start doing our ults to try to like let me try to pay attention. Are these people going to use their ults or not? Like, just everybody's like me, where they play like a bot and just never use ults. Like, what do you have to lose now? We're going to lose anyway, so yeah, you're not the only one who can just run through stuff randomly. So he's pretty low, and he's only going to get lower. So you can kind of do this thing called finishing him off. That would kind of be a cool thing you could do, but I guess not. Nice. I mean, this one you can at least chalk up to the roll aspect. Switching sides, and it doesn't mean we lose either. Like, now here's where we have to make it up in the 2-minute time period. I mean, I guess it's the same as the format itself, but you're going to lose some, or you're going to win some for the same reason, too. It's just like all things equal, you know, they wouldn't have been able to stop us either. Watch, we'll get to like 99% in 2 minutes. If there is something like that in Overwatch, I definitely don't remember. Here we go. We're gonna get spawn trap pretty bad. Fuck. Go out there, use the shield, and then just get destroyed. We don't have any heals, so I don't know what you expect to happen. I would add that maybe as a flexibility. Like, you're allowed to use it. It's just you have to basically... Okay, they're at least killing people. Good, good. Make progress. Push through. For now, we have like 4 minutes instead of 2. I don't know why it seemed like we started with only 2 the one time. Push him back. That guys are... Yeah, you think maybe that guy's a little busted or just overly popular. Keep it going. Now we got to put the shield down when we see these clowns coming. Okay, they're doing good behind the cover there. What is going on? How are they fighting us from here? Okay, dude. Let the turret do some work. Everybody's kind of low, but... Yeah. Everybody was like at half HP-ish, so my turret should have finished them off, or if I had my ult. You see, we're making decent progress, and we'll be able to still do it, but maybe not within this exact span of time. At least if you push it like 50%, you should get a little extra and things like that. Hello? Any awareness that there's one guy, like 1v5? What's happening? Or maybe there were more than one. I'll give them credit. That's my fault. Killer. Fuck. Okay, so what's going on now? We can put this down here. Put the Q. Courage should be helping a little bit. Fuck, never gonna be able to finish them off, or I guess I did. Minute 37, though. I mean, this is really a recurring trend. Like, we could totally do it, but we don't get to do it first. No matter how well you do now, right, there's going to be a limit to... Without a healer against all odds... Oh my god. You know, because it's unranked or whatever, they don't force you to do that. Roll Q, but still. It warns you, but it doesn't force you. Yeah, we're pushing, but we can't do it in a minute. It's impossible. It's literally, factually, objectively impossible to do it at this stage in the game. That's supposed to, like, knock them back a little bit and stuff, too, but I don't know how. Okay, finish them off, please. Good. We could make an epic push here. Let's do the E. Go ahead and kill you. 29 seconds. Wow, what a fun mode, huh? Guess what's gonna happen now? We're gonna get it to like 90-something%, but you won't be able to still do it. For now, they're gonna use all their ults and stuff. We almost have the ult up again. Are you kidding? Dude. If we lose this... Dude, you cannot be serious. Are you... You won't even give us that much benefit, like, oh, 5 seconds. Oh, haha, you should have had the 6 minutes. You should have gone first. Okay, that is going to trigger me the whole way. Because, again, the assumption is that both teams are going to do it because we both suck. Like, at least if we didn't get it even close, I could understand. So who's next? We could do Khan. I like that guy, obviously, but... Ash. Okay, fine. This will be the last guy, whether we win or lose, I guess, but... A little bit disappointing performance for sure. Heavy repeater, an automatic heavy repeater that riddles enemies with high caliber bullets, dealing 210 every 0.26. Right quick, bulwark, activate the shield that absorbs 4400, regenerates itself while not active. That's going to be like the Reinhardt one that you choose to use. Like, you might not be able to even shoot while doing it. Battle shell, release the battle shell, increase becoming immune and healing yourself and nearby allies. That would have been handy the last game because we didn't have any other way to do that. So you actually have an activatable heal. Rush forward to grab, stun, and throw an enemy behind you, dealing 600 damage to them. Target an enemy and drag them with you through the air, holding them and dealing 220 over a short period of time. That's not a very high value for an ult. Reactivate overpower to launch them, dealing 700 if they hit a... Wait, it doesn't even fit on there. Is that bugged? If they hit a what? It doesn't let you scroll down. Oh, you just have to read it here. If they hit a... While overpowered, they're helpless. Full duration can be fired to launch a victim away, dealing 700. If they impact a surface, you are immune to crowd control while this is active. Okay. This is the one guy who's doing all those emotes, talking trash. Khan, like I'm the best. I'm almost tempted to do this reset as soon as you get to level 15, but that doesn't make sense. The fact that they give you the free heroes is nice, too. If they didn't do that, it would have already been over, right? Have I failed with as many as, like, the starter ones, let's say? You start with this guy, so I failed with at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would have been over easily if not for the free ones every week. That kind of lines up pretty well with the fact that I only play once a week, right? If I was doing it all at once, that would kind of mess it up. We're kind of getting the system rigged for us. I don't know what the 2 means. Does that mean there's like another version of him that you get to play as? Event pass, party boost. That means he should get an extra life, even in my format. Okay, we'll go with this guy. I would almost say I should go through the whole category of like tanks, but I don't want to waste all of them for now. That is hilarious, too. We get it so close. It's not like we wouldn't have done it. If you get that close, they should at least give you a little bonus, you know, like overtime type thing that they sometimes do, but that's like only once it's there. Yeah, like the 60,000 gold that we're going to have, whatever, 50,000, we could use to buy a character. So like if this guy was a free character of the week and we're still on a good streak and the episode ends, then we could buy him next time and keep using him. But then that would be sort of a waste if we do lose on him pretty quickly. It is possible to win multiple games in a row. I'm just saying it as a general observation, even if I can't do it myself. It is just a possibility. The right click, I assume, is going to be like Reinhardt's thing. Left click, just shoot the thing. Handheld repeater has a maximum ammo count of 20. Q is going to be good for healing. Become immune for 1.2. Healing yourself and allies for 1350, which is actually a lot. 1350 is like half your health as a DPS character. Yeah, who needs heals when you have that? And then F is going to be like you grab them and throw them behind you. And then E is going to be you grab them and do... You have to like grab them and then do it again to do the 700. Grand Magister Karn is hundreds of years old. Leon Shield, okay. Yeah, E, you'll go ahead, you'll grab them. I don't know from what exact range you can do that, but this is at least a map I'm familiar with. Wow, this guy looks pretty badass, actually, right? Could be like a main antagonist in some kind of Square Enix Final Fantasy type setting. Let's go in hard and try to spawn camp them. Right, like that is what you should be trying to do. I don't see what the downside of it is, but... So just do the right click. And you can do it on and off as much as you want. It almost seems like you could shoot at the same time, too. Or no, you can't. So then do the Q after it, and then sort of spam this. I don't know who we should be even really targeting. Maybe I put myself in a bad spot there a little bit. That was my bad. Do we actually have a healer this time, though, at least? It's so hilarious how you just get sabotaged by that. We'll have like 5 tanks or 5 DPS or 5 healers. I guess that you can't complain for the same reason, but... It is kind of fun in a way, though. You get to try all these weird and interesting comps that you otherwise wouldn't see. We're already up to 27%. Yeah, that's pretty tough to really do anything there. I mean... Did that throw at least kill somebody or do something? We're also spread out and everything. So let's guess what's going to happen. They're going to get up to 100%. Like, you can totally blame me for it too, but it's just like, why don't we get to go first? And then if we fail to push it, that's fine. I don't mind. Like, they're already up to 60%. So, like, what do you really expect to happen? Tank playing like a flank. Like, I'm trying to do my job for it, but there's just nobody's doing anything. Do that all the way, then heal. Then trying to finish somebody off. Try to get the ult going. At least somebody did a lot of damage there. I don't know what exactly happened, but... Can you please just finish him off when he's that close? Do this for a little bit. Yeah, that always distracts them enough to do something here. The Q I do like a lot, I must say. Now we can just hold it here for like 4 minutes, but then they'll eventually push through at the end. Now, why do we have to go so far back? Just kind of stay here. And then if you are going to do this, you have to kind of do it as a group. Like, I'm just dead. I'm not going to be able to survive this. Now, will this be within 40 units that you'd be able to... Go ahead and do the heal. Yeah, here we go. Now we got to make this thing last, too. So I do the shield, do the shield. Getting some good heals. Do the Q anyway, even though I don't know who's low or whatever. Whatever damage I'm doing is just a bonus. Okay, just chill, chill, chill. That's to kind of let your healer know that you need heals too. Get stunned, not a big deal. Watch out for everybody's ults. Good flank position for that dude. Okay, we still see him there. Like, we know he's there. Not really my job, but... Okay, chill out, chill out. Why are we taking so much? Now, even though we had a good stand there for a second, I don't know what happened. Maybe the guy in that little building threw everybody off so much. Now they'll be able to push it the rest of the way by the time we respawn. That's how easy it is. That's how quick it happens. And of course, you can recover faster. That's the one good thing about letting them push it. You don't have to go as far to get back, but... Just letting the shield do its work. I assume there's like somebody on the team who like exists in the game who's like maybe doing something there, but I guess not. I'll try to do the E, I guess. You have to be like right on top of them, I guess, to be able to do it. So now we'll be back in the same situation. Doesn't mean we can't still push it, but I think it's not... I won't even take blame for it in that level. Like, how is it that we're utterly incapable every single time of stopping that? And then now we will be able to do it, but we'll be a little bit short on time. It's very, very strange. Yeah, this guy I do like a lot. In fact, tanks in general, you would think I would like. I don't know why it's saying that question mark there, like we have some sort of internet connectivity issue. Clearly not. Oh, boy. I wasted my ult. You do have to like grab onto them and be super close. You should like do the F. I mean, if they just heal me and just hide behind the shield and use it properly, should be fine. Basically, I like to do the Q after the shield is up. In that sense. But I mean, it's going to be hard to really do anything. Like, they're just not going to let us even move, I guess. Just whatever. The F is kind of the same thing where you just sort of grab them and are able to... Okay, he's dead. Good. Take care of this clown. Go like that. Does recharge pretty quickly, all things considered. Eliminated. Good. Yeah, so now we have to push it very hard because we only have the 4 minutes in which to really do it. Where are they even fighting now? Nobody's even on the fucking thing. This is what I mean. Like, why should I have to do everything? The tank's actually the last person you should be doing it because you should be a little bit ahead. We wasted so much time just doing that. Okay, here's this little Bastion wannabe dude. They seem a little bit squishy, but... Okay, so where is everybody? You should try to go for the kill when they get so low, as I constantly complain that nobody ever does that. Okay, go ahead, do the shield, do the shield. We could push at a reasonable pace here, kind of even at a better pace than what they did. But we will get punished for it then. He almost died. Maybe I'm not using the heal thing as much as you really could or should. What is happening? Like, we're not going to be able to do it, but we might be able to get close. Playing a rigged game and still winning, though. That's my motto. In so many formats and unfair challenges that I do, but Jesus Christ. Just finish them off, dude. I don't care. Do this, do this. You can't deal with like one random person hiding in the fucking in the building. Like, come on. There's no sense of like, I don't know. Like, you expect it to be bad because it's unranked, but basically that's just how it works. Whoever goes first wins, and that's just it. You just have to deal with it. Whatever. Hello? Just let me die. Cool. 400 health. Okay. You see, we still push it pretty well. 60%. How come I didn't really notice that or got bothered by it so much at the beginning? It's been happening a lot the last couple episodes. In fact, last episode is when I first started realizing it. You can go in close and then do the E. That wasn't really much of an ult anyway. Basically, we can stand here, tank all their damage, but nothing happens. Nobody's health value changes. Nobody's killing anything. Nobody's doing anything. He didn't learn his lesson from the ult, I guess. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Even though we pushed it reasonably well. Now, with 51 seconds, guess what? It's mathematically impossible. Fun. You could push it the whole way now. You won't be able to get there. You give it like 1 centimeter away, and they won't give you credit. Of course, there's no guarantee we'll be able to push it that well anyway, but if you get up real close for this thing to work. Why are we fighting at such a weird angle there? Just go here. 81%. Like, we already lost. We can't do it. We cannot do it. It just doesn't matter. 10 seconds, 14 seconds, doesn't matter. We go like this again. Four. Look at how close. Like, oh, contesting. Maybe not. Maybe. Okay, I'm getting trolled by this game mode. I'm getting trolled by it. We're getting the like such close amounts to be able to do it. We could maybe try another one, or we could go through all the tanks, which means I'll just lose this one the same way, lose this one. Wait, where'd that guy even go? Oh, here he appears in like a different spot. Wait. No, he was here before, wasn't he? Or it's doing it by mastery level, that's why. 4,500 burst cannon fire, a burst of shrapnel every 0.9 seconds that explodes to deal 400 damage in a small area. Okay. Charge your weapon. Your next shot deals 450 to nearby enemies and knocks them back. Speed shield. Create a moving shield of 4,500 that advances along the ground. I don't know what that means, though. Advances, like... Let's just, like, slowly move. Almost in line with the payload. What a great mechanic that would be. Since that's the only mode that everybody ever seems to do. Lower your shoulder and charge forward, dealing 800. I must admit, I'm not a big fan of those, but at least as a tank, it's okay. 800 to damage enemies and knocking them back. Leap forward and slam your banner down, dealing 600 damage and stunning enemies on impact while becoming immune as long as you stay near the banner. That is quite good. I guess there's nothing to hide from. I was saying that guy would be the last one, but kind of an unsatisfying thing. Come on, we got to just string together some sort of a... We're getting it like, dude, it even said contesting, so why did that not... I guess whoever was contesting died. Like, if you're close enough there, it'll still let you try to push through. I'm not trying to make excuses about that format, but it just seems so uncanny that... Again, if we're on the other side and we lose, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. Because we failed to get 100%, that's fine, but... I guess it's to stop both teams from always doing that. We'll get 100, then they'll get 100. And then it'll just go on like that forever. This has been kind of sad, man. Okay, we'll do one with her, just whether we win or lose. So either we'll have a good streak going into next time, we'll get to unlucky level 13 either way, and either we'll have a streak going or we'll have to do somebody else. It's not even like I was trying to do damaged characters or something. I was just kind of going in order, and the way they're organized is like that. It's this chick. Ash. Few abilities. Okay, so shoot the thing. It's an AoE. That's good. And then superheat your next burst. Okay, just do that every time it's up. Your next shot will explode. Like there's, you know, there could be some strategy like use it at this particular time to counter this particular thing, but mostly what people are just doing is just do random stuff. Do whatever's up when it's up. That's how these games work at least a low level. Create a siege shield that advances forward along the ground. Or the best time to play one of these games competitively is when it first comes out. Because even if you're not that good or anything, right, like nobody's going to know what they're doing, and then after a while the meta will get settled and everybody will know exactly how to do every little thing, or they'll just do it the same way. The F is the bash, and then E is leap forward, put the banner down, and then you become immune. Stunning enemies for 30-yard radius. This increased impact creates a damage immune zone for yourself only, though, not for your team. What kind of a tank is that? Right, like I love how that last guy had a healer, or had a heal ability. I don't even dislike the other roles. Like, I don't even mind playing as a healer, but it's just... In fact, I kind of like DPS the least, because you're just kind of mindlessly doing whatever, and I'm not always the greatest at doing that. But at least when you're playing a role, you commit to it really hard. So I'll be the one guy that goes above and beyond and actually heals pretty well and enjoys doing it, where nobody else really does, but... Fortress Breaker, increase your maximum health. Like, I'm fine with that. Just do right click whenever it's up. Do Q whenever it's up, basically. Do F only if somebody's really nearby. It does do a pretty good amount of damage, though. Why am I seeing, like, so many wildly different maps today? It's possible that they released a couple of new ones, like, with the whole Omen thing, but... We're playing, like, the same game modes. We're playing unranked still. Not that that necessarily impacts anything, but... Yeah, I swear a lot of these I just haven't seen, which is cool. 400 to win, and this is a different game mode altogether, too. I guess that's why. Complain enough about that and the game will hear you and stop matching you in that. Like, it's not completely unfair, but it does feel a little bit skewed. And again, at the higher level, I'm sure it's fine because you're not going to let people get to 100%, but... Do this shit. Everybody's just doing random stuff. That should have done a decent amount in there, but I can't even tell what's going on. 27, so what... First to 400 in what way, though? Like, we're losing a 4v5, too. That guy's AFK. Okay, I'm kind of going in a little bit too flippantly. I guess I expect that to actually kill somebody. It takes a second to actually go off. All you'd have to do is hold that spot down, I guess. So you could make a miraculous comeback here. The fact that it moves is almost something I don't like. Like, why are we getting... It's obviously not the number of kills, because that would be, you know, that we haven't died that many times yet. You just gotta capture this shit. Do the Q, do the right click, do this. What is going on, man? I can't even do anything. Wow, I'm just getting clown hard today. Like, this is just stupid. What am I supposed to do here? And you don't even have a chance. Like, I'm doing my shield or whatever. To wait for the ult, I guess. Trying to use that F maybe a bit too aggressively, but... Reduced healing. Like, are we even getting any healing, or what's even happening? That does take a little bit too long to do sometimes. If you kill that guy, like, this at least could turn the tide pretty quickly, this kind of mode. Yeah, like, the tank has 600 health. Yeah, this is trash. Okay, I don't vouch for this one at all. Even though we finally get a different game mode. But that's on their team, isn't it? No, it's on our team, I guess. You get like a 4v5, and that must be the healer. Come on, man. You can make an epic comeback. I just don't know how or when that's ever going to happen. Okay, can't see shit. Getting absolutely wrecked. Now maybe we can use the ult to try to come back and just 400 to win. Like, it's still doable. Right, all you'd have to do is shut them out as badly as we're getting shut out, but of course we can't do that. The E is going to throw the banner in there. Go ahead, push that clown around, go like this. I don't know how long it lasts, but I'll just die here. stupid. Like, even if I was deliberately trying to throw on purpose, I don't think I could guarantee that every game would go this badly. So I must have a special talent for it. I could be trying to lose and just, what's it called even in League? Like, feeding. I could be feeding, and I still wouldn't lose this badly. Like, what is going on? These guys are pretty low at top. Like, there's just nothing. It takes so long to do that shit. Come on, let's just switch the favors here. Okay, dude. Whenever I do F, I just get killed because I expect it's maybe a little faster than what it is. How did we even get 36? Because it doesn't feel like we've had control of it ever, or even like a millisecond. It maybe feels like we're getting some of these comps without a healer. Or that guy's getting his ult in the base, not even moving if he's still there. Bro, guy. 4v5. Yeah, you shouldn't try to attack from the exact same point every time, though, either. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Yeah, the F I didn't do particularly well with, I'll admit. It's not really my style. But I'm not sure what I can really do. Is the one role where you can complain as the tank that you're not getting heals. We're getting absolutely trolled, dude. We didn't even have a chance. You have the E again. You could maybe try to take it over at this point, but we won't be able to. I can just guarantee it. Doesn't even fucking matter, man. An okay ult, I guess. Not enough to reverse the tide. May as well just do the last tank too. Just get rid of them all, man. So stupid. Like, okay, I didn't play well there, but what am I supposed to do? And Roxas was cursed by an abyssal entity claiming to be a goddess. I like how skeptical it is. Atheists must have written that flavor text. Claiming to be, that doesn't mean she is. Why would you doubt that? Caustic spray. Oh, this is the classic guy too. We better save this for next time. Or you know what? Let's not. Let's just bury our whole run right now. Yeah, how many more would I have left now? I would only have 4 left. Of course, we're going to get countless more over the fact that they're going to be free. Guess it could be the tank speedrun day. Clearly, I wouldn't lose as this guy. But you got to roll around like a clown, which I don't like to do. Ray acid planted. Deal 38 every second. Leave 0.1 second. Leave behind pools of acid. Travel. Leave a series of acid pools behind you as you roll. Each pool does damage and slows enemies. Piercing quills. Right click. Planted. Fire piercing quills do 170. Do 170 and explode in a small area. I think I'll actually save this guy, because he's so iconic or whatever, and he might not even be free next time, so we might not even get to play him. Or is he one that we have actually in our thing naturally? No, he is a free thing. Whatever. We've lost enough high stakes characters. Like, if we review, I don't think I won a single game today. If we review, who did we even play as? We played as this guy. I didn't win one. I didn't like him too much. I liked all of the tanks, but I lost all 4, I guess. Or did I maybe win one? No, I don't think I won a single one. So I don't know why you even get more mastery levels that way. He was really good. I liked him. That's too bad. At least there, if you want to blame it more, like, oh, you know, the tank's got to carry the load of it. So we'll save this guy for some other time, I guess, because it's unlikely he'll be free again. Or we could always buy him. But the only way I would justify buying one is if we're on a good streak with somebody, and then the next episode starts. Like, wow, you lasted the whole episode on just one. Some of these we've seen on the title screen. This one, obviously, with the little thing swinging back and forth, right?